Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to part 2 for your January 17th weekly reading. We're going to jump right in here. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, it's linked up in the comments down below. But this is part 1 that we've already done so far. And we're just going to clarify through and see what comes up. For your animal spirit oracle, whatever this is called, you have the butterfly. It says the soul. So some of you are getting in touch with your true desires is what I feel intuitively. Butterflies can represent transformation, but I don't really see a transformation here. I see more of a direction. With this Decedent card, like I was saying in the first reading, it's like there's an arrow pointing to a new house in the astrological wheel. But I was seeing this as more progression, like you progressing to the next level, or I feel like it's not really a transformation. I feel like it's a new focus is what I would say. Those are the words that are popping into my head. And I feel like you have a new focus on the direction of your life. This could also be a new understanding as well. Without even clarifying, I already like the new direction here. I was a little bit worried with that parrot card at the end because it's talking about someone talking behind your back. Again, I would still watch your words, like I said in the first reading, with people around you. I wouldn't be out there spilling your guts to anyone or sharing your ideas, but I'm liking this. With the Emperor and the Two of Pentacles, you have the Fool. So definitely a total new beginning coming in for you here. If you have a decision to make, plain and simple, I would pick the new path. Back in the day, when I was just a little Chris, right? And when I first started this channel, I used to say with the Two of Pentacles all the time that it's really a card of picking the new path. It says you have two choices, pick the new path, plain and simple. And I kind of get that for you here. It's like if you have a choice between new and old love, I do feel that it's just saying pick the new person. If you have a choice between anything new, I feel like it's just saying that refreshing energy would be better. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Wands. It's like you've put a lot of work into your own stability, which seems to be, and I feel like this has been a major focus for you. Makes sense based off your astrology. It's like, I think if you've experienced a lot of loss, if you've experienced a lot of financial loss, it's like, of course, your focus is going to be more on creating financial stability or, whatever. And I feel like that Ten of Wands is like saying you're getting to the end of this long journey. You can see here on the Ten of Wands how he's about to reach this village that's in the background on the card. So it's like you're about to release something. You're about to get to the end. So I like to see that. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Swords. I actually like this as well because, Ten of Swords is the end. You have two tens. A lot of people say the Ten of Swords is a bad card. But he's dead. It's like, how much worse can it get? He has hit rock bottom. The reason this card represents rock bottom is because he's dead. So it's like, there is nothing worse, right? I don't even think death is a bad thing. Number one, I think, our true life is on the other side anyway. But what I would say here with the Ten of Swords is that I feel like it's saying that that you are undergoing this transition, but just to a new level. It's not really a transition or transformation. I feel the reason I say that is because to me, transformation is like a much more powerful thing than just kind of like starting something new. I'm not saying it's not powerful. I'm just saying, I feel like there's something more, it's a little bit different. I don't know. Next, with this Decedent card, you have this Mercury, and it was in reverse, which is hilarious. And it says messages. You have two cards that represent messages. It's cracking me up that this was in reverse because we have the Mercury retrograde coming up as well. Or actually, probably by the time you're watching this video, Mercury will be retrograde. So it's like we have the Mercury retrograde. It's funny that it was in reverse. There you go. So I would just be careful of your words. Like I said in the first reading, I would be careful of the things that you say. I would be careful of cross wires and things like that as well. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Emperor. Could be an Aries coming in for you as well with this energy. So if you are looking for love, could be an Aries. I really just feel like it's like an Aries-like person. He has this very stable throne that he is sitting on. So he's sitting on something that's meant to represent stability and strength and all these things. I feel that if you're attracting love into your life, I feel it's a person who makes you feel those feelings. So it might not be an Aries, but I feel like it's just someone who's stable, predictable, maybe not in a bad way. Sometimes I think predictability can be a bad thing, but in this sense, I feel like it's someone who's very hardworking and, just a good person to be with. With the Temperance card, you have the Eight of Cups. Do you already have it? No. You are clearly walking away from things that no longer serve you. I feel like you're cutting things out very quickly, especially with the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles to the Eight of Cups. It's like you're cutting anything out that doesn't serve you any longer with this energy. I just had something pop into my head as well. It's like for those of you, I don't recommend playing games, Capricorn, but what I would say is if you're having an issue with, things getting back to you, like, if you have a friend group or, if at work things keep coming back to you, like secrets or things that you've told, but you're not sure who is telling on you or whatever, it's like you could tell everyone a different story and then remember who you told what to, and then it's like whichever story comes back to you, then you'll know who is talking behind your back. Popped into my head. I don't recommend playing games. I'm not saying you should do this. I'm just saying popped into my head. It might be one of those moments where you can catch someone who is talking about you or whatever. Come up with a story, tell each person a different story. Whichever story comes back, then you know who the tattletale is, right? Plain and simple. That's all I'll say. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Moon. Feeling out of reach. I feel like I'm reaching out to something, the Ten of Pentacles. I would be very careful of staying stuck in this energy, because here's the thing. It's like you want the Ten of Pentacles, whatever the Ten of Pentacles is for you. It's going to be different for all of you. For some of you, maybe it's like a family and money. For some of you, maybe it's just a family. For some of you, maybe it's becoming wealthy. Whatever your dream is. That Moon, I feel like is kind of like, I feel like I'm stretching out. I feel like I'm reaching farther and harder and putting in more work. I feel like this is kind of saying like, it's okay that things are slowing down. We have the Mercury retrograde, and the Ten of Pentacles is here. That's a funny thing. Whenever this happens, it's like the Moon is dreaming of something. The Moon, the way to think of the Moon is it does represent fears and illusions, but only because we don't know how we're going to accomplish whatever our goal is with the Moon. The Moon represents something that needs to be pulled down to earth. And so I feel like your Ten of Pentacles, whatever it is for you, your dream life, it needs to be pulled down to earth. How you're going to do it is like the challenge. The Moon, kind of number one, says keep marching forward. It just says keep pushing forward, and eventually you'll get there. And we'll probably get some more details on how to accomplish this once we get towards the end. With these two tea leaf cards, another bird card, it says news is on the way. You literally have the bird perch, which says waiting for news. And so wherever you're waiting for news, I feel like there is news on the way, clearly. And we'll pull this one here, which says time to get out of a situation. I feel like we kind of talked about this, Ten of Swords, Eight of Cups. In your first reading, we talked about you walking away. So I feel like if you're in a negative situation, it's definitely time to leave with that card, obviously. But let's see where this is going for you, Capricorn. With the World and the Two of Cups, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Very interesting here, Capricorn. In a lot of ways, I feel like you're accomplishing your dreams, and with the Ten of Pentacles, the World, and the Two of Cups there. I moved the Two of Cups up for some reason. I don't know. I just went with it. And this could be like true love coming in for you. So if you're looking for love, I feel like there could be true love here. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Five of Cups. You got to let go of the past. We literally said this in the first reading. I would be very careful of your words. He is very focused on the way things used to be. These three cups right here. He needs to turn around and see these two cups behind him so he can get the bridge that leads to the castle. What's on the inside of the castle? The Ten of Pentacles, which you have twice. So I feel like you need to turn around and, see things, find things to be grateful for. I mean, literally, Five of Cups says, focus on what you want, not what you don't want, right? Plain and simple. So like I said, I talked to plenty of people who always talk about their relationships as, being cheaters and all this other stuff. I'm like, well, it's because you keep using those words. So I would say change your words. With the Four of Cups, you have the Page of Pentacles. Change your words. Page of Pentacles is a card of news. So there is clearly some news coming in for you at this time, Capricorn, or there could be some communication as well. I want to get to some more details here and just see, like, what is this news that could be arriving, or, what? Let's just ask what. Plain and simple. Let's see. You have the Fool, about a new beginning. You have the Fool in this top row. So I would definitely move in a new direction. This could also be you taking a leap of faith as well. I think you need to realize that, if you're finding love, for example, and if you want it to be different than the last person or the last people, plural, then it's going to have to be someone that looks different, right? I think that we, kind of tell ourselves this story in love, and we always end up with the same type of person. Why? I don't know. I'm not a love expert. I'm not Steve Harvey, although I don't know. I think he sucks for the most part as far as his love advice is concerned. I feel like it looks good for TV, but ultimately, I don't know. Is he like, didn't he beat his wife or something like that? I wouldn't take advice from him. But what I would say is that, I feel like there's someone who looks different probably than your usual type. And I would go for it. Or maybe they just come from a different background. Their story is different, whatever. Next, you have the Knight of Pentacles, getting to work. Knight of Pentacles, pretty much everyone has the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like the universe is like kind of saying that there are opportunities for us to progress, but it just feels like a little slow is what I would say. And the Knight of Pentacles is being too cautious. So I would definitely open up and kind of like put the work into something that you're working on. And you have the Page of Wands, go on the adventure. Page of Wands says look at things for fun, right? We kind of said this with the Two of Pentacles as well. The Two of Pentacles is about having fun, enjoying yourself, looking for reasons to have fun. And so that's what I'd be doing there. I just want to clarify this real quick, and I just want to see where this is going, and then we're going to wrap it up. With the Fool card, you have the Page of Swords here. Page of Swords is like, by the way, Page of Swords can definitely be gossip and all that other stuff. Like we said in the first reading, avoid it. But it could also just be someone new. Page of Swords can be just a new person. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Three of Swords. Three of Swords says, forgive the past. These swords are in your own heart. The card says, remove the swords from your heart so you can set yourself free. And with the Page of Wands, you have the Knight of Cups, a knight in shining armor, just discovering your true love. For some of you, I feel like you're discovering love. Again, I don't really do love readings necessarily. I do whatever comes up, but it just so happens that this could be love that's coming in for you. For others, it's like getting closer to your dreams. For those of you that are working towards your Ten of Pentacles, which is like everything you want in your life, which that's probably all of you, I would say that there is a need for like a little bit more effort here. I'm not saying you're not working hard or anything like that, but with that Moon card, like I said, it's about really going on the journey and bringing something down to earth. You have the Moon and you have the Page of Swords in the same row. The Page of Swords is a card of being like a detective, really looking into what it is that you're trying to build or create, like really getting down and dirty with the details. So it might be a good time for you to do some research and all that other stuff. But pretty good reading here. So clearly there could be like news coming in for you as well. Or there is something about news that you're going to have to pay attention to. I would just be careful what you say, like we said in the first reading. But really good reading. So thank you for being here. It's moving in the right direction. I know all the readings this week have been kind of not great, although yours isn't terrible. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week. Also, again, part 1 is linked up down below. So thank you and definitely enjoy your week.